Hello, welcome everyone to question number 9, longest consecutive subsequence from the topic hashing in Geek for Geeks must-do coding interview questions. Have a quick look at the question, we'll be discussing the approach and meaning behind it. Before that, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you have any extra email IDs, please support by subscribing. And if you have any doubt, just leave a comment down below. We'll be very quick to respond. Now let us start by discussing the question. In this question, an array has been given, that is A2619453. Now what we want from this array is we want a longest consecutive subsequence, and first we have to understand what is a consecutive subsequence first. Okay, first let us see the meaning of consecutive. Consecutive means the numbers which come one after other. For example, if I have taken 3, then consecutive number of that 3 will be 4, and for 4 it will be 5. So the difference between consecutive numbers is always +1. So this is one important note that you have to remember. Consecutive number difference is only +1. This is one important point. And other thing that we have to know is we have to sort this array in ascending order, right? If we want a longest consecutive subsequence, then that means it will be easier if we sort it out. After sorting this array, what we'll be getting is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 9, right? And this is the array that we got after sorting the input. Okay, this is a sorted input of array. Now in this, if you see the +1 difference, you can see 1 2 has +1 difference and 2 3 has +1 difference. Then similarly that goes on till 6. Now after this 6 plus 1, that should be 7, but 7 isn't present in this list. There is no 7. So if you keep on counting from start to finish, we will get the length of 6. Okay, after that we have to check other elements also. Okay, in this case we are having only 9, right? If we start again count, then it will be 1. Okay, and we have to take the maximum count. Okay, let us expand this example a little bit so it will be more clear. Now let's suppose in this array we also have 10, 11, 12 until 16 we have. Okay, now I will add this element here from 10 to 16. Okay, now how many elements are there? 1 2 6. This is the length of 6. Okay, this is the largest. After this the count is not valid, so we will store this in another variable called find. Okay, and this will be only the count, and count will be reinitialized to 1 from this point. From 9 onwards count will be reinitialized from 9 points onwards. Okay, wherever +1 condition doesn't satisfy, count will reinitialize itself 1 and keep counting if it find any other consecutive number. Okay, now 9 is there, 10 11 12 16. How many elements are there? From 10 to 16 is 7 elements. If you include 9, that will be +8. Total 8 elements are there in consecutive order. So out of 6 and out of 8, 8 is the max value, so we will return 8 in that. Okay, in that case 8 will be our answer, but for only this example we will get the answer as 6. Okay, I hope you have understood the meaning how we are getting the longest consecutive subsequence. The difference should be +1 and the element should be in a continuous order of a difference of +1. Okay, and we will keep the count of it. If the count stops there, then we will store that value in some other variable and we'll take the maximum value of count. Okay, now let us go to the coding section. After seeing the code, it will be more clear to you. Now let's go into the Geek for Geeks website. Now we are inside the Geek for Geeks website and here is the code. Now the first statement is saying equal to set array. We're using set structure here to delete the duplicate values. We don't want any duplicate values. It will create an error. So to avoid the duplicate, we're using set here. Only unique values will be there. Okay. After storing that in set, now we're converting into a list and list of sorted elements. Okay. We need a sorted elements if you want to find a longest consecutive sequence here. Now we are using a dictionary, or you can also say a hash map, and this count will be storing the values, consecutive values. Okay, this final will be storing the count values. Whatever the maximum count will be there, that will be stored. Now the first condition here, if length of array equal to 0, then return 0. If there is no element, or returning 0. And another for loop is there, and this for loop is storing the elements of array into the hash map. Okay, why we are storing these elements inside the hash map? Because when we search, it will take O1 time. Okay, it reduces the time complexity. Or else we can also simply search inside the list only, but that will increase our time complexity. So for reducing that, we're using a hash map for searching. Okay, and another loop, we're going to search inside the hash map. Okay, in this also we're taking the array and we're saying if plus one. I told you, remember, the consecutive numbers are always plus one, right? So whatever number we're getting from the iteration, the plus one element should be present inside the dictionary. If it is present, then only count will be moved forward, and the final variable will be stored in the max of the count here, right? Else, if the plus one value is not present inside the D, then that means count has to start again. So count will be reinitialized to 1. Okay. After repeating this process, whatever the maximum element is will be present inside the final variable, that will be returned to the compiler. I hope you have understood the meaning and the code to this question. If you like the video, give us a like, and if you have any extra mail IDs, please do subscribe and support. Thank you for watching till the end. Let's meet in another question.